Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of the No Huddle podcast. This is going to be a big show. I know you see the new setup. I can't wait. We got a lot to talk about, man. We're going to go over Micah Parsons. We're going to go over Kenny Clark getting sent to the Cowboys. And we're going to talk about the NFL Rivals uniforms. And we're going to go through a little bit more stuff than that. So it's going to be a fun show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's start out with Micah Parsons. Now, before we even get into this, I just wanted to say the No Huddle podcast ain't starting off to a hot start. Let's just say that. So, on the last show on Tuesday that I did a full segment about Micah Parsons and his contract drama. Let me show you a clip of it right here. Just a waste of time. We know this deal is going to get done. We know how Jerry Jones operates. Maybe my memory's fucked up, but wasn't this the guy in 2019 who waited all year to pay Ezekiel Elliott? Waited all year to pay CeeDee Lamb? Who waited all year to pay Dak Prescott? What makes you think it's going to be different? I mean, bro, how was I supposed to predict this? How was I supposed to predict this? I'm thinking to myself, Zeke, he sat out the entire time, and then he got paid. CD sat out the entire time, waited, got paid. Dak twice sat, waited, and got paid. But of course, the one time, this is my luck, the one time I make a podcast or make a clip about something like this, Micah Parsons gets traded to the Packers. This is why I don't bet. Because this is the type of shit. My pattern recognition kicks on and I'm like, okay, it's going to be the same thing as last time. Of course not. But let's get back to the trade, man. So, Micah Parsons. Adam Schefter tweeted out yesterday around 5 o'clock. He tweets out, breaking news. Cowboys are trading three-time Pro Bowler Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Now, first thing running in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go hit the group chat. Just like the rest of us. I'm going to go hit the group chat. But on top of that, I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, what is the compensation they got back for this? And then Schefter tweets out maybe about 3 minutes later. He tweets out, Cowboys are receiving 2 first-round picks. I'm thinking to myself, I guess it was a big contract. I guess. But 2 first-round picks, I'm thinking to myself, that ain't enough. And I think we were all on the same page here. Micah Parsons, I believe he's 25, 26 years old. He's probably a top 3 pass rusher in the league. And we see trades like this go down every once in a while, and you see a boatload of compensation. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a first-round pick in 2037, whatever, And then Adam Schefter tweets again. He says the compensation is 2 first-round picks and a frontline player. Then I started thinking even more. Schefter's got me sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this is 2 first-round picks and Rashawn Gary, it's worth it. It's worth it. If that was the deal, I would have said, okay, it's a complete win-win for both. Maybe I would even lean Cowboys, truthfully, because that contract is ridiculous. And it would have fit what they were doing at that moment. Because they just paid Dak, they just paid CD, they would be able to pay for a Rashawn Gary. Then I see it's Kenny Clark. And we're going to get into Kenny Clark to Dallas in a second. But let's stick with Micah to the Packers. Okay. Last year, the Packers were ranked 8th in Okay, but we're going to stick, we're going to get back to Kenny Clark. We're going to get back to Kenny Clark in a second, getting traded to the Cowboys. But for right now, Micah Parsons to the Packers, right? The Packers were ranked 8th in the league in sacks last year, right? Then they were ranked with the most pressures on blitzing downs. Yet they still ended 16th in total pressures. Okay? If they want to go for pressures and just up that sack number even higher, you got your guy. You got your guy. They were struggling with pressures, I guess, on non-blitzing downs. So this tells me that their main focus right now is getting pressure on the quarterback with 4. And this pairing, I think, is going to fit like a glove. I think it's going to fit like a glove. Last year, Micah Parsons, I don't know if you guys know this, Micah Parsons had 75 quarterback pressures himself. If that's not insane, that is ridiculous. Listen, this pairing is going to fit like a glove. And this really goes to show you, you could say whatever you want about the Packers. You cannot like that they don't have an owner and the team is ran by the city. But I got to be honest, the Packers are one of the classiest franchises in the league. This is the reason, moves like this is the reason they always get America's Game of the Week on Fox. This is why Fox loves the Packers. This is why the Packers are regarded as one of the best franchises in the league. They make the right moves. They do. They've had, 3 quarterbacks in the past fucking 20 years or something like that? And same thing with the coach. They really know what they're doing. So currently the Packers have the quarterback right. They got an edge rusher right. They just got rid of Jair Alexander and they gave him to Baltimore. So they're a little iffy on the corners. The receivers are extremely young, but they could still turn out to be great. You know what I mean? It's not like, they're weak at receiver. And then, their offensive line is solid. Then you got Josh Jacobs back there. I don't know, man. This one move here can completely flip how we look at that division this year. For all the people that went on YouTube and all that and did their divisional predictions, they're probably regretting it now. Because I've seen a lot of people have Green Bay at the 4th or Green Bay at the 2nd. They might run away with this division, honestly. And that is a phenomenal division, by the way. So then we get another alert. After this trade happened, the Packers proceeded to pay Micah Parsons $188 million for 4 years, which makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He is going to be averaging $47 million a year. Now we know why the Cowboys couldn't re-sign him. Now we know. That contract is ridiculous for them. And we're going to go in why the Cowboys couldn't pay for him. But something that's getting overshadowed in this trade are the 2 first-round picks. Everybody knows first-round picks are extremely valuable. You obviously get first dibs in the draft, the best players in the draft, but you will also have the 5th-year option on your first-round players. People think to themselves, they're like, why would a team give up their first-round picks for the next upcoming years? When you really think about it, though, it depends on the team. The Packers are probably the youngest team in the NFL right now. I believe that that's actually factually true. that they are the youngest team in the NFL. So they don't mind giving up these first round picks. They want to bring veterans in and give up these picks because they're like, listen, we can't just, it's great to be a young team, but we need some veteran presence here. We can't just be a bunch of, 22-year-olds playing on this field. We need some experience here. So overall, I think this pairing is going to fit like a glove easily. They led the league in sacks last year, guys, and now they're getting Micah Parsons. They want to get pressure with 4 no matter what. Let's move on to the opposite side of this trade. Kenny Clark. So you guys know, as I just stated, if it was Rashawn Gary, I would have thought, you know what, win-win for both. But I'm still kind of in the same boat with Kenny Clark. And if you watch the press conference of Jerry Jones after the trade went down, you know how he is, just sitting all close to like, we got to stop the run. We have to stop the run. Kept saying we have to stop the run. Now, is Kenny Clark the type of D tackle that will completely stop the run? Personally, I don't look at him like that anymore. I don't. He has struggled on rushing downs for the past 3 or 4 years, but he still is a very solid D tackle. He's not somebody who's going to bull rush and get through that guard and get into the backfield after that running back. He's not that type of D tackle. He's going to clog a hole. He'll reach his big ass arm out. He's going to fill the holes. It really makes me think. Number one, would Dallas have made this trade if Mozzie Smith would have turned into a solid D tackle? I still think a trade would have went down for Micah Parsons because what ruined that was the deal to Dak last year. That's the whole reason Micah got traded this year. If Dak didn't get signed that much last year, Micah Parsons' deal would have been done probably 2 months ago. I wonder if Mozzie Smith was this solid D tackle, would Micah Parsons have went to the Packers? Because clearly, the Cowboys were looking for compensation, but they wanted that big D tackle in the middle of the field. They ranked bottom 7th in run stopping last year. Bottom 7 with Micah Parsons, with DeMarcus Lawrence. They need people in the middle. They need a big D tackle who is good at run stopping. So, honestly, I think it's a solid deal. I do. I think it's a solid trade. I do think, now that I slept on it, I do think that the Packers won this deal because they're getting, a match made in heaven, and he's probably a top 3 edge rusher in the league. But this side of the deal isn't that bad. It's really not. 2 first-round picks, Kenny Clark. This goes to show you, by the way, this goes to show you the fear of the Eagles. Because the Cowboys have been working on their rush defense for years. They've been looking for that major D tackle. Now they're starting to see, oh shit, look at Saquon Barkley. Oh God, yeah. Every time we play them, he's going to rush for 397 yards on us. Let's go get that big D tackle right fucking now. But listen, man, I'm cool with the deal. I think it's pretty even, but I would slightly give the edge to the Packers for obviously Micah Parsons, but I'm excited to see Kenny Clark and how he works on that defense. So yesterday, after the Micah Parsons trade, I'm going through YouTube. I'm going through all these things because I want to see what the public thinks about the Micah Parsons deal. Because I thought I was tripping when I said it was, it's pretty even of a deal. Kenny Clark 2 first, and then for Micah Parsons. And then you got the kids on Instagram be like, bro, that's Micah Parsons, bro. That's Micah Parsons. Yeah, I fucking know. Yeah, thanks. But I wanted to see what the feedback was online. And I stumbled across this video here. This is Michael Irvin talking about Micah Parsons' trade to the Packers. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to be upset, but I think he's going to be cool with Kenny Clark getting him. I'm going to play you a short clip of it. By the way, this is Michael Irvin's podcast. Go check it out. It's great. But before this clip, he's like, man, he's talking all monotone and all that. He's like, man, this is sad, bro. This is sad, man. Ready? Now I'm going to show you this part.
I know he wanted that with Micah Parsons.
Michael.
I know he loved Micah Parsons. So in order for us to be right here.
He ain't dead. He's not dead. What the fuck? He got traded to Green Bay. Yeah. Everybody in the building loved him, man. Just said
something.
What? Later in this video, he goes, the only loser in this trade is Micah Parsons. Huh? He said he is the only loser in this trade. He just got paid $188 million. He's making $47 million a year, Michael Irvin. You were probably the best. You were one of the best wide receivers in the league when you played, and you were getting paid, what, $2 million? Because you played in fucking 1962. Micah Parsons is making $188 million for 4 years. How is he a loser in this situation? This is what I'm thinking. And then later he goes to explain himself of why he's the loser in this deal. And he goes, the Cowboys brand. Enough with the fucking Cowboys brand. Enough with that. Enough. That means absolutely nothing anymore. When you say, he's leaving America's team. He's leaving America's team and all the commercial ability and all this, and that. Saying that is like saying you're the tallest midget. It means nothing. So, how is he a loser for leaving Dallas? Truthfully, he's the biggest winner in this deal. He's leaving Dallas. And listen, I know I talked about this on the first thing. I don't want this to become redundant, but I don't want to turn this into a whole Cowboys dick ride fest. I understand. But leaving Dallas is probably the best thing that could have happened for him. Guess what? If I'm CeeDee Lamb, I'm getting out of there too. Sure, he's getting paid a lot. But now the Cowboys are slowly turning into the Cincinnati Bengals. CD, and I hope it's not true because I actually fuck with CD. But CD, where it's looking at right now, he's going to become another Chad Johnson. He is going to get the shit end of the stick because his franchise does not want to pay their star players. Remind you of anybody? Chad Johnson. CD's going to be another great player to never win a Super Bowl. And I hate to say it. Maybe I'll be wrong. I expect to be wrong on this podcast, just like I showed you on the clip before. Dude. Truthfully, I know a lot of Cowboys fans. And I feel bad for them. I hate Jerry for them. I want to know what it's like to be in the mind of a Cowboys fan right now. I really do. All right, this also happened yesterday. 8 teams revealed their rivalries uniforms. Now, if you don't understand what the rivalries uniforms are, and you're a little bit confused on it, don't worry, you're not the only one. This is a concept that the NFL announced during the NFL Honors a couple months ago. They said, guys, we're linking up with Nike, and we're doing something new called the NFL Rivalries. So, to give you a brief summary of it, it's going to be new uniforms for when a team plays their rival, and it's a rivalry game. Now, it's going to be like Patriots versus Jets, Bills versus Jets, anybody in their division and their biggest rival. To dumb it down for you, honestly, it's just another Color Rush uniform. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it. When you go through social media, and this is with everything, social media is going to bitch about something either way. But I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews on it saying, yo, these are tough. Yo, I'm definitely getting a jersey. And then you got your other side that is saying, yo, this shit is just corny. It makes it feel fake. I understand both sides. But my personal opinion on it, I think the uniforms are cool. I think they are. I think especially the Bills and I believe the Jets I really liked. But if you can somehow elevate a game that I wouldn't normally watch and try and make it feel special by doing something like this, because let's be real, who's watching the Thursday night game between, Patriots versus Jets? It's going to be a boring game. But if you're doing anything to make that feel more special, I'm down for it. That's cool. But I do understand the other side. We can clearly tell this is just another money move. They know they're going to be purchasing these jerseys. There's going to be, the dick riding kids off TikTok, the one screaming 6-7. They're going to be running around buying these jerseys. That's the target audience for this. Who are going to buy these basically custom jerseys? So, whatever. I mean, I think it's good to elevate the games. And if people want to buy them, go ahead, buy them. That's cool. So another thing that happened this week, just not going to need a full segment. Just want to run through it, give you my honest thoughts as a Baltimore Ravens fan. I tried to stay completely unbiased here. I really do. But the Baltimore Ravens re-signed Kyle Hamilton. Duh. He's the best safety in the league. Maybe a little bit biased, but he is the best safety in the league. Most definitely. I think he deserved every single dollar he got. He was the highest paid safety in NFL history after that contract. Listen, people really get caught up in that. The highest paid in history, the highest paid this. We already know how this works. If you've been watching the NFL for the past 4 or 5 years, if you're just above average, if you're just an above average player at your position and your contract is up, best believe you're going to get that notification saying, he becomes the highest paid in history. He becomes the highest paid blank in the NFL. That's just how it works now. So I guarantee you the next safety who has their contract coming up is going to become the highest safety, even if they're not the best safety in the league. But I personally think Kyle Hamilton deserves every dollar he got. Honestly, he could do it all. You could throw him in man coverage. You could put him watching deep. You could send him on a blitz. He is just a great all-around player, and I'm so happy for him, honestly. Last topic of the show. I want to talk about NFL Sunday Ticket. Nope. All right. Last topic of the show. I'm starting to recognize patterns in my life. And there's one that always hits me around this time, like late August, early September. I always say to myself around this time, I don't get the Ravens games where I'm from. They're the out-of-market games. You know what? This year I'm going to buy NFL Sunday Ticket. And then I'm reminded of the price, and I say, we're going to have to find another way. I'm going to talk about the problem with NFL Sunday Ticket, and I'm going to give you my way of how I would fix it. If you don't know what NFL Sunday Ticket is, NFL Sunday Ticket is where you could get all of the out-of-market games and be able to watch every single game of the NFL season, not just the ones on cable and your local providers. I believe it was 1994 when NFL Sunday Ticket was made, but it was exclusive to DirecTV. So, meaning, if you didn't have DirecTV, you can't get Sunday Ticket. But then in 2023, I believe, the NFL and Google came to a deal. The NFL and Google came to a deal to where YouTube would be the exclusive home of NFL Sunday Ticket. All of us were on the same page. Holy shit, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. It's going to be like a Netflix. It's going to be like a Hulu. We just pay $20 a month and we get every game. Then they released the pricing. So currently what you have to do is you would have to, if you want to get Sunday Ticket, you would have to pay $1,000 a year for YouTube TV. And then if you're a new customer, you would have to pay $300 to get Sunday Ticket. On top of the $1,000. $1,300 a year. $1,300 a year. This is why I don't get it. Because there's so many other things they could do to bring people in and buy this product. Now, what strikes me so weird is that from 1994 to 2025, the only major change that you have made to NFL Sunday Ticket is, I can watch it on my phone. I mean, granted, that's cool and all. Like, maybe you got to go out or something like that and you could just check it on your phone. But you're telling me that's the only difference you have made since 1994 is that you could watch it on the phone. So when they made that option, they said, okay, let them get it on the phone because it's YouTube TV. Like we said, that could be cool and all, but that's the only major change. Now, here's another thing. There have been studies from the BLS and all that. They say that more than 3/4 of Americans are off on Sundays. So 3/4 of Americans, do you think they're going to say, hey, are we going to watch it on the phone today at home, or are we going to throw it on the big screen? Duh, they're going to put it on the big screen. So this whole option for the phone thing was made for such a minute minority of their demographic that are working during football. And let's be honest, they're probably not even watching the game because they're working. That's the only major change you've made since 1994. Okay, so now that you understand the background, you know what NFL Sunday Ticket is, I'm going to tell you how to fix it. First off, step one, trimming the fat. You may be asking yourself, what do you mean by trimming the fat? I'll tell you. You should not have to be stuck to pay $1,300 for a bunch of shit that you don't even want. Trim the fat. It shouldn't even be connected to a cable anymore. Nobody's got cable. It should be its own standalone thing. NFL Sunday Ticket should be its own app on Roku, on smart TVs, on your phone. It should be like Netflix or Hulu. Shit, even if you guys wanted to do it like NFL Red Zone. If you went onto the NFL Network last year, you were able to pay, what, $10 a month and you get Red Zone with it? That's how it should go. And you should not have to be forced to pay for shit that you don't want. And especially at that price, paying $1,000 a year. Nobody wants to watch Forensic Files on YouTube TV. Nobody wants to watch fucking Bluey or or Paw Patrol on YouTube TV. We're only buying this to get Sunday Ticket, and we're not paying $1,300 for it. So, here's how you fix it. Number one, trim the fat. It shouldn't be connected to any cable anymore. It should be its standalone thing. Number two, give more options for the fans. Give a Baltimore Ravens package. Give us a Buffalo Bills package where you have to pay, if you just pay $20 a month, you get every single Baltimore game, Buffalo game, Chiefs game, Eagles game. But I'll tell you what, they're never going to do that. They will never do that. You know why? Who is paying for a Tennessee Titans package? Oh, wait. Who's paying for a Carolina Panthers package? Look, there's probably some nerd in the comments right now. Actually, they have the biggest fans. They have the biggest fan pop. I guarantee you it's not enough, and it's not as much as somebody who would buy a Chiefs package. So that's why they won't do it. So to combat that, here's what also you could do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you buy the AFC North package, it is only $39.99 a month. Or it's only $20.99 a month. The AFC North package, you get every single game from the Ravens, Browns, Bengals, and Steelers. There's at least one interesting team in each division. This is the problem. There's no options. It's all or nothing. It's either you spend $1,300 or you get ungats. You got to choose. I don't know, man. That's the shit that pisses me off. So now we got to find a new way to watch these games. And then you got WWE fans bitching that they got to pay $30 a month for pay-per-views. Hopefully the NFL Sunday Ticket gets a fix at some point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been episode 2 of the No Huddle podcast. I appreciate you guys coming in. Be on the lookout. Monday, episode 3 of the No Huddle podcast. I appreciate you guys for stopping in.